Right now, this shit is just triggering me. Like, I know some people would be like, you're triggered, yeah, you hurt your feelings and all that crap, but no, it's the triggering has come from a lack of history, if I'm being honest. Because this is really fucking annoying to me. You've got the British Museum, you have the Huntington Museum in all in London that I can honestly say have skeletons that are fucking thousands of years old. And then the one at the Huntington Museum, not that old by archaeological standpoints or standards, whichever one you'd prefer. But then I'm supposed to believe that America, who's supposed to be bigger and better than the UK, even though it was the UK that made America in the first place. But aside from that, just peep it, yeah? We, us Brits, have still got fucking human bones that are hundreds to thousands of years old, but America can't keep a couple of giant bones intact. Can't keep even a fucking skull intact, can't keep a fucking fingernail intact, can't keep a fucking penis intact. Yeah, I said penis, because they're a bunch of dickheads. Really thinking that people are going to be so dumb to be like, Britons can keep skeletons that are over 100 to 1,000 years old, all intact, but then America can't keep a couple of 200-year-old skeletons intact. Are you smoking crack, son? Really? You think people are just going to be there like, I fucking... Like, it's just so triggering. It really is. Like, for fuck's sake, I myself have kept more giant things intact than the American fucking historical archaeological people have. And they do the shit for a fucking living. And you think I'm chatting shit? You really think I'm chatting shit? Well, say hello to Goliath. Yeah. And just for like sake, that on the back of his head is me trying to, what's the word? Not reinvigorate. Restore him. There we go. That's me trying to restore him. But what the fuck has every damn near archaeologist and anthropologist and fucking historian done in the US? Namely the Smithsonian. Because bearing in mind there is countless, ironic I know, but countless accounts of the Smithsonian castle taking in giant bones, giant remains, ruddy rudder. But then the problem with that is it's now called the Smithsonian Castle, and there's one slight trend that goes on with that, is that the fact that the Smithsonian Castle, they took the bones or whatever of the giants and they've never been seen again. Are they in the normal Smithsonian, which is now called the Smithsonian Institution? I do not know. But what I do know is bunches of people do not all just magically see the same fucking illusion. You know what I mean? If, like, countless people have said, yeah, we saw the Smithsonian take, like, in giant remains, and then no one ever sees those remains ever again. And bearing in mind, like, as I said, Britons can keep alive skeletons through like 100 years to over 1,000 years old. So please explain to me how America, where it was founded earlier, it's like they literally started finding giant bones from the 1800s through like multiple news paper clippings. Yeah, that's how you know that. But then it's like from the 1800s to up to present day, they've been finding giant remains. And I'm supposed to be led to believe that way over 200 years actually, what the fuck am I talking about? Over 1,000 years worth of difference in how early it is, because bear in mind, my hometown is older than the entirety of the United States of America. So, yeah, you know, next time Americans want to be sitting there being like, ah, yeah, go Red Sox, or some bollocks like that. Just know one thing. Your entire country is nothing but a footnote to my minute little town. That, and if we want to kill someone, we don't have to shoot them. We just rip their faces off like Hannibal Lecter. So, you know, kind of a better way to go out. Enough with the dick measuring jokes, but what was I saying? Yeah, that was it. 1800s, you start finding fucking giant skeletons and giant skulls and giant things. They all magically have disappeared, like it's like pinched you and you forgot sort of shit. And then you've got us. We've still got bones that are over 500 years old, which actually predates when you were actually starting to find those said giant remains. So all the people saying that, oh yeah, well, it's not the Smithsonian's fault because like them being exposed to the different air now means that they disintegrate. Cap. Fuck off. Cap. If I can go to the British Museum and see a fucking primitive human from thousands of years ago, but yet I can't go and see like a fucking, I don't know, like 12-foot tall man who existed only like, what, 100, 200 years ago, you're probably the issue in that situation. You know what I'm saying? And especially considering they say that they've got thicker bones. They've got thicker bones, double row of teeth. Imagine saying someone with thicker bones is going to disintegrate quicker than someone whose bones will stand the test of time for over 1,000 years. And they're smaller bones and thinner bones. But yet these like fucking double layered pieces of bones are going to just disintegrate within seconds of the oxygen hitting them when it's only 200 years. Don't even get me started on that idiocy. Do not even get me started on that. But just... I swear to God, if I never get to see a fucking giant skeleton by the time I'm dead, I am going to be really pissed off. And I hope I curse everyone as well. Because it's just really, like, really Like, I can literally go to London well, not as we speak, but it's a bit too late for that. I can literally go to London like within like next, I don't know, fucking like couple of days or something. Walk from said train station to this museum, and I will walk into the dead centre of the museum, and I will be seeing a 7'8" man skeleton right next to either normal sized man skeleton or a normal sized female skeleton of the time period. And guess what? No pituitary gland issues. And this, guess how long ago? Around about 100 to 200 years ago. And he was 7'8". Now all those fucking spastics that say, oh, they're big, so their bones will like fucking disappear and all that. Oh, their bones won't last. Oh, they're so... They've either been destroyed or they're being hidden away. There's literally only two things that it could be nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Because just as I'm saying, like, just think about it, yeah. Me, UK, London, 7'8", skeleton, 200 years ago, can go and see. You motherfuckers, like, 200 years ago, US, 9 foot, can't go and see. Why? Because it threatens your fucking beliefs, you bunch of pathetic pansy faggots. Unbelievable. It's like, oh no, the Bible might be right, it might be wrong. Look, I don't give a fuck about God either way, but if the Bible is saying that, oh yeah, the Nephilim and all this shit, and then you've got like shit tons of skeletons that are like fucking averaging 8 to 9 feet, then I ain't gonna sit here and say that the Bible's fucking like all 100% factual, but I mean, if you're finding shit like that and then they're calling out the heights of said shit, then I mean, yeah. Like, for fuck's sake, I don't even believe in God, but I believe in giants, so, you know, a bit of a backwards one, but either way. It's just so ridiculous, because it's like, if people find out that there is anything greater than themselves, that's when they'll start to panic. And that's why the fucking dumbass Americans, like, always keep it locked away. And, like, I personally believe, like, it's either the Smithsonian or the government that's got them. Been deadly serious. You know what I mean? But as I said, I can just, like, well, not walk to London, because that'd be a bit hard, but I can literally just go to London and just, like, fucking go, oh yeah, shit, I need to find someone that's actually fairly tall, you know. 7'8". Goes and sees him. Oh, 200 years ago, ain't that fucking cute? See, if this was America, he wouldn't be even in the fucking museum, he'd be in some fucking laboratory somewhere, like, hidden away from everyone. Like, you wouldn't be able to go and see him unless you've got, like, a level 4 clearance, like the fucking Area 51 or some bollocks like that. And you think I'm joking, but this is really how secretive people are. It ain't even a joke, but I'm done with this fucking bullshit. And the funniest thing is that by the time I've ended this fucking video, the video time is going to be around about 14.5 minutes to 15 minutes, which is actually, ironically, how tall one of the skeletons was that was found. But you motherfuckers do not want to share that type of information! Swear to God, if there is such a thing as reincarnation, please let me be able to fucking come back as a giant, so all you lot all start fucking believing. Because honestly, there's nothing worse than being called a liar, even though that you know you're 100% in the right with logical standpoints and factual standpoints as well. Bye.